Friends, welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. In this video, we are going to learn a Small-pupil-Phaco. Let us observe this surgery. This is the main incision with a 2.8 mm steel keratome on the posterior aspect of the limbus. And now, this is a side port on the left side of the main incision. I have made only one side port in this case. And now an air bubble is injected, and under this air bubble we are going to stain the capsule with trypan blue dye. And now when the pupil is so small, we have to inject the dye behind the iris like this. Otherwise it will stain only the central 2-3 mm. So go behind the iris and inject the dye. And this is adrenaline and phenocane. Want to see if the pupil dilates to about 4 mm with these agents. No, it didn't happen. The pupil size is same, about 3 mm or even less. So we have to use some pupil expansion device when the pupil is so small for a safe surgery. So inject visco and inject some visco behind the iris to make some space for pupil expansion device. And this is the Y-retractors. I've taken 2 Y-retractors and stressed the pupil just once, because in this case I have decided to use a pupil expansion device. If we don't stress the pupil to about 4 mm, the B-HEX may be distorted. So use the B-HEX now. After stretching the pupil, the leading flange is tucked. The flange at on o'clock is tucked, and now I go through the side port and with the left hand tuck this flange facing the 10 o'clock. And the pupil has taken a beautiful hexagonal shape. Size of this pupil is about 5.25 mm, and this is okay for a safe surgery. Rhexis. With the Utrata forceps, I pierce the anterior capsule at the center, hold the capsular tag, and do a rhexis going along the border of the dilated pupil. And this is an adequate sized rhexis. Hydrodissection, you could see the fluid wave going to the other side. And now the nucleus is rotated. Again, some visco is injected into the anterior chamber, and now the phaco needle goes in. Some superficial lens matter is removed, and then I turn the handpiece, make the bevel up, and go into the substance of the nucleus, use my submarine chop technique, and divide the nucleus into some pieces. Each large nuclear piece is subdivided and they are emulsified. We are using Oatley Catarix 3 phaco machine in this case, and the machine is very good for holding the pieces and for direct job. So the nucleus is managed. Now I tried to remove some cortex by the phaco needle itself, but I didn't feel comfortable with the phaco needle. Pupil is small, I cannot hold the cortex. So came out, used a Simcoe for removal of the cortical matter. Here goes the Simcoe cannula. I can go under the iris and gently control the instrument. Go all around under the iris. Hold the anterior part of the cortex which is just under the anterior capsular rim, and pull it centrally and aspirate. Hold the anterior part of the cortex, pull centrally and aspirate. This is a very safe way of aspirating the cortical matter. We have only one side port about 3 clock hours away. The astigmatism produced by the main wound is neutralized to some extent by a little larger side port through which a Simcoe goes. And now visco is used for implantation of the intraocular lens, and then the B-HEX is removed in this way. B-HEX has been designed and invented by Dr. Suven Bhattacharjee of Kolkata, India. My Small-pupil-Phacos has become a child's play because of this device. It is so useful for cataracts with small pupil. The cortex, the visco has been nicely cleaned by this time. And now this is closure of the side port. This closure has been done by moxifloxacin. This is the final lavage of the anterior chamber. The anterior chamber is formed, coming in the tunnel. Just held it there, and it is nicely formed. Integrity of all the wounds are checked. There should not be any leakage from any wound, and then the case is concluded. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, empathy, and great surgical competence.